put something in my bag! He robbed me!
I didn't touch you.
Imagine standing in a store and watching a woman steal something, and then watching her point at an innocent black teen and scream that he did it. Now imagine the police showing up and walking her out in handcuffs. Before the story begins, welcome to Untold Voices. If you enjoy these stories, make sure to support the channel, hit the buttons, and drop the city you're watching from. Let's get into it. His name was John Hill, a 32-year-old warehouse worker who kept to himself. He wasn't rich, he wasn't famous, he wasn't the type to get in anyone's way. John was the kind of man who did things quietly, worked hard, helped people, minded his own business. He didn't like drama, he didn't like getting involved, but he believed in something many people forget. If you see wrong happening, you speak up. He wasn't a hero. He wasn't trying to be one. He was just a normal guy who walked into a mall to buy a phone charger, one simple errand that should have taken 5 minutes. Instead, he witnessed something that would stay with him for life. And on that day, his voice would end up saving someone who had no one else to speak for him. Her name wasn't important. People like her show up everywhere under different names. But in that store, in that moment, she acted like she owned the world. A white woman in her late 40s with a cold stare, stiff walk, and the kind of confidence that comes from believing the rules don't apply to you. She moved through the aisles with her chin high and her purse clutched tight against her side. She looked at people like she was judging them, especially the black teen standing nearby. Her face tightened whenever she looked at him, as if his existence offended her. She was what many people recognized instantly. The type who thinks she can lie, shout, or cry her way into getting anyone punished for things she caused. And that day, she was ready to use that power. The small clothing store smelled like new fabric and cheap perfume. John was only there to grab a charger from the electronics section. While walking past the jewelry racks, he saw the woman glance around nervously. She looked over her shoulder, then toward the teen, like she was checking if she could use him as a shield. The boy couldn't have been older than 16. He stood there scrolling on his phone, backpack on his shoulders, waiting, probably for a friend or parent. That's when John saw it. The woman picked up a small box of earrings. She looked left, she looked right. Then she slid the box straight into her purse, smooth, quick, like she had done it before. John froze for a moment. He wasn't sure she'd actually done it until she zipped the purse closed and walked toward the exit like nothing happened. Then the alarm beeped. The woman jumped, then spun around and pointed at the teen, so fast it was clear she had planned everything. "He put something in my bag. He robbed me," she screamed. Everyone in the store stopped. All eyes went to the black teenager. The boy looked stunned, eyes wide, hands lifting slowly in fear. I didn't touch you," he whispered. But the woman kept shouting, acting terrified, trying to make everyone look at him like he was dangerous. Mall security walked in. The manager stepped forward. People stared. Some whispered. And the teen looked like the ground was falling under him. His hands shook. His breathing was uneven. He looked trapped. John felt his chest tighten. He knew exactly what was happening. He had seen the whole thing. And he knew what could happen to a scared black teen who everyone suddenly believed was a thief. He couldn't stay quiet. John stepped forward. "I saw her," he said. "She put the earrings in her own purse. The kid didn't do anything." The woman snapped her head toward him. "You're lying," she barked. "You didn't see anything." But John didn't back down. He kept his voice steady. "I saw everything." The store manager looked at both of them, then spoke calmly. "We'll check the cameras." Silence fell. The woman's face changed. Her confidence cracked for the first time. She tried to argue, but the guards led her to the back office. The teen stood alone in the middle of the store, shaking. A few minutes passed. Then one of the guards returned, looked at the boy, and said, "You're clear. You didn't take anything. You can go." The teen nodded slowly, eyes full of embarrassment, fear, and relief. He left quickly, head down, hugging his backpack like a shield. John watched him go, heart heavy. The kid didn't even say a word. He just escaped as soon as he could. And the woman? She still hadn't come out of the office. 20 minutes later, the automatic doors opened, and in walked two police officers. Their radios crackled. Their expressions were serious. They didn't walk around. They didn't ask questions. They went straight to the back office. People in the store watched with quiet curiosity. A few minutes later, the officers came out with the woman between them. Her hands were cuffed behind her back. "Let me explain," she kept saying. "This is a misunderstanding. I was confused. I didn't mean." But the officers didn't give her room to spin another story. One of them said loud enough for the shoppers to hear, "You're being arrested for theft and for filing a false report against a minor." The shoppers went silent. Some shook their heads. Some whispered. No one defended her. The same woman who screamed so loudly before now looked small, shaky, and terrified. She had expected her lie to destroy a black kid's life. Instead, it destroyed hers. As they led her away, she looked around desperately, waiting for someone, anyone, to back up her lie. No one did. Karma didn't knock that day. It kicked the door wide open. John stood in the quiet store, trying to process everything. He didn't feel proud. He didn't feel powerful. He felt sad that a teenager almost got punished for a crime he didn't commit. Sad that a woman tried to use a lie as a weapon. Sad that people like her count on others staying silent. But he also felt something else. Relief. Relief that he spoke up. Relief that the truth came out. Relief that the boy walked away free. And the woman didn't. And he walked out of that store knowing one thing. Racism doesn't always show up as a slur. Sometimes it shows up as a lie meant to ruin someone who never deserved it. But lies fall apart when people stand up. Even quiet people, even ordinary people, even someone just trying to buy a charger. If this story hit you the way it hit John, then stick around for more. Tap the buttons, share your thoughts in the comments, and let us know where you're watching from. This is Untold Voices, where real stories get the spotlight they deserve.